Hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of my high scoring WarMage video guide. This is Hungry Hippos and this time we're going to be doing Killing Fields. Killing Fields is one of my favourite maps in the game actually. It's also one of the longest maps in the game, so yeah, sorry about that. Not much I can do. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because when you want to have a quick run on it, you can't. It takes, this video I think is going to be about 20 minutes long. It's a long one. Yeah. Anyway, no worries. Let's carry on with this. Now I've done this first bit here before with just the one barricade, but I decided for completeness and to make sure none of them get through, I'll use two, and I should be able to purchase a first steel weaver upgrade fairly early in still, so it works for me. Do the old cheer chuck. Don't always bother with this early stuff with the cheer chuck, but here I thought might as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off here, and then after this wave I'm going to set up and move to the other side and take care of the mobs from over there, so you should see that in a sec. Of course in nightmare mode this would not be possible again. To change your tactics somewhat, you start on this side and barricade up the other side straight away. Well, start on this side, barricade up the other side after wave 1 anyway. So here we go, I'm gonna set up, move over. You might be wondering why I'm putting my kill box so far back in here now, but I'll show you there's a reason for that. And the reason is, if I move it too far forwards, the archers start wandering around outside. So that just takes care of that. But later on I have to move forwards anyway because I need the ceiling space for behind the traps to take care of the ogres for me. So you'll see some of that. And kind of do what I can with the archers, but they're a bit of a pain on this level. Friday came up with a really good way of making sure the archers didn't half around like idiots outside, and it's basically ensuring that the route they take to this bit is shorter, or as short as possible, by using barricades to funnel them. I found it works pretty well and I used it on my arena vid. You guys check that out. It's the same tactic there to make sure they get funneled through. One thing that's a bit of a problem with that on this level though is that if you do that, the orcs come a little bit thick and fast really into the kill box, and you get ogres on top of orcs a lot of the time and stuff. So I decided in the end that it's better to barricade off the other side like I do here anyway, and just worry about the archers afterwards. I think it does work a bit better. There's quite a few coming up. I've only got a couple of archers, so just taking care of a lot of these guys with the crossbow. Grinder getting jammed up on this level is a bit of a problem, a bit of a nuisance. Doing it right in the combos here though. So the next wave coming up is going to have the Gnoll Hunters in it. What I've done is just put an archer there in hopes that the hunter will kind of run through my traps. I don't think it really works very well though, in hindsight, but never mind, it's not a problem. So just lacing the archers back here. Down 5 archers and a 6th one there. And there goes the cheer chuck. Got to jump over the archers there because I can run through them sometimes, but gaps are quite small, so I tend to find jumping is more reliable. Eight is pretty good. These ones are less good. There's four hunters in total here, so just got to be careful and protect your archers from them. I find I can actually do better combos on the orcs here than I can on the hunters most of the time. Got a 9 on that guy just now.
You'll be back.
Don't worry, these guys will come in. It's not here they start going stupid.
Go then. See if I can.
Cool. So I've got fire archers, and I've also now got the jagged steel upgrade. So that's all good. Finding this level, you actually got loads of money. Money is not a problem on this level. And you'll see what I spend it on a bit later. Just doing as well as I can with these guys, getting the highest combos possible. My archer's back there at kind of maxish range for them shooting into here. But I'll be shifting those along with my whole trap set up a little bit quite shortly, so you'll see that. Alright. Getting ready for the next wave. I've stupidly put 2 spike traps out front there. I didn't realise straight away I did that. I tried to sell it, but I was a bit late then. Start to put down a couple of ballistas here. Just thinking about the position of them and where I want them to be firing from. Alright, here comes the Null Hunters. My archer's back over there. I don't think that's really going to be helpful though. Yeah, I think I'm missing a trick here with these guys. Not getting great combos on them at all. Well, you should be able to get fairly high combos on the hunters because they're quite quick. You find you get bigger combos on the enemies that run through your traps quicker. So, if like an ogre is charging at you and running through a whole bunch of traps, you're going to get a higher combo than if he's just walking towards you. So, I have in the past managed to get good combos on the hunters, but it's a little bit inconsistent by comparison to some of the other enemies I'll take on. The best combo so far on Null Hunter is an 11x. I've had that a few times. Kind of needs everything to run off at the same time. Anyway, cool. I'm going to start setting everything up here. I'm going to leave that archer in that corner there permanently. Find the hunters kind of go for the closest enemy, the closest guardian to them anyway, so it's all good. Just barricading off here. Because I barricaded off that right hand wall there, or this bit, I don't need to put the other one so I can sell those. One square back in here lets me put down a spike trap up front.
A little present for you, one for you, and one for you.
Oh, I put those the wrong way. Turn them around.
Some new decorations.
There we go. Archers in the shadow of the walkway above works quite well. But done all the stuff and I've still got so much money, so
This'll hurt.
yeah, it works alright.
How about some of this? It'll hurt a lot.
They're kind of interchanging the floor traps there, as you see. So I'm putting down one spike next to one tar and stuff, so it's like a grid or a checkerboard pattern. I find that works better than putting one set of one down and one set of another down. More chance to affect the ogres with both than just one, for example. So that's why I do that a lot of the time. So as you can see, I've got a shit ton of ballistas. The reason for that will become apparent, hopefully. Wish I had a bit more ceiling space here though, because ballistas are brilliant. I just can't put down quite enough of them. Can't get enough ballistas. Never get enough ballistas. See? More coming up. I know I said money's quite good, but I don't quite have enough to buy what I want to. Yeah, I've still got some more to build up here. The only problem with the game with the blisters is they sometimes kill stuff a bit early before you drop combos a little bit on those. But even with all this stuff firing and all the archers and stuff, I still managed to get that grinder jammed up for sure. More blisters? Yep, let's do it. More blisters. Alright, these later waves are where the archers start wandering around, so I'll show you how I deal with those. Even though it's not a particularly elegant solution, it works. It works for me. Probably work for you guys as well. 9x on that guy, which is awesome. Still want to see if it's possible to get 10x combo on the Orcs with this trap setup, blisters and stuff, but thinking it probably isn't. Not to worry. Because of where I've blocked off the other side, the Orcs had to wander down to the barricade on the other side, then back to where they came from on the other gate, then round the corner and back towards me. What you're seeing here is the archers that have been firing at me recently are wandering back around now. They'll keep doing that, they'll never come to me properly. That's the reason I had a whole bunch of blisters, by the way. That ogre that you just saw die. But all the blisters here because I wanted to kill it as quickly as I could with the blisters. What I find is I just killed those guys off because they're too far forward, but what I find if I run towards them, they'll shoot at me and then turn around and run the other way, so I can use that to kind of fence them in here and take them on in this little alcovey bit. Those archers I just used for that, I can sell those straight away, get the cash back. Also, I don't really want the archers where they were. I decided here that having an extra ceiling pounder wasn't worth it compared to having more blisters, so I went for more of those. The idea being that I want to drag the ogres down the right hand side here a little. So across the grinders, across the ceiling pounder area, and then get the blisters firing on them all the way they're running down. At least that's the plan. Get no hunters here, but I'm not doing brilliantly well on those again, so yeah, I think I could up the score somewhat on this map if I took those out better. Been playing around with the rebirth map, I've recorded that, and I actually found with the null hunters using the ceiling pounder but having the upgraded version, so the one that stuns the enemies, worked really well on those. Because the problem with the hunters are they're so quickly going through your traps that if they're not stunned and not held in place, they'll just run right past it and not even get hit by a lot of it. So I was trying things out like having the arrow walls lining the walls as they run down, but I found that by the time the arrow walls had fired, the hunters had gone past and they'd run right through and have taken no damage at all. So yeah, I'm gonna probably start using those a bit more. I've got a couple of profiles, so I've got a profile that hasn't got them upgraded, one that does, and same for the spike traps, and same for the wall blades and stuff like that. Because the problem is a couple of the items in the game, once you've upgraded them, actually changes the way they work like completely. So some of the upgrades are just, you know, trap costs a bit less, which is always good. I always go for those ones. But some, like adding the snare to the spikes and adding the stun to the ceiling pounder and that kind of stuff, they completely change the way those work and the dynamic of those traps in a high combo, high scoring scenario like this. What I did to actually unlock the other profiles without having to play through all the maps was I used the onslaught files, and I made them all so they had no enemies in any of the levels, and by doing that I could just go to a level enter it, start the game, and then the level will finish because there'll be no enemies to kill. And even though you can't use the onslaught files to increase your score, and I think that's a really good thing because I don't want to accidentally put a score up that's ridiculously high from an onslaught file when I really want to be getting the scores legitimately, and also I'm sure other people feel the same as me. Can use the onslaught files for to unlock the levels that you race through them really quickly. So that's what I did. And it works pretty good. I think I used 3 different profiles with different things unlocked on them. So just with the way I play it, and some maps require different setups, so that's why I do it that way. So, sappers, watch out for them. You can see here a guy occasionally kill the sappers as they run around the corner. The sappers in the last wave I find I cannot really deal with well because they show up at the same time as the ogre does. And a lot of orcs do as well, so. But that's fine, I can just replace those barricades easily enough here. I have enough cash easily to do that, so. Not to worry, it's all good, it's all good. Just thinking of a few more ballista spots. Not sure I got enough ballistas here, I think I need a few more. I'm thinking about where else I can put them. I have tried some other places for ballistas, but I haven't really found anywhere better than where I put them now, in all honesty. And I would say also that this is probably the best place that I found in the map to do the kill boxes, because it lets you separate out the 2 waves quite well from each side, which works for me. I just sold that one up there because I'm going to put down a couple more over here. I didn't put them there earlier because I'll be shooting all map around, but I wanted to put them down now because this wave's got the armoured ogres on it. And those guys take a hell of a pounding before they die. You can see one approaching now in the distance over there. A couple of hunters here, nothing to worry about. Here's the armoured guy, so watch this. Watch his health go down. 10x. It's alright. The sappers ruin your combos on the orcs here a little bit sometimes. The archers, as you can see, are running back around again, so I'll take care of those at the end. Here he is the armoured guy. And innate. Can't really wear them down like you can on some of the other ogres that you see me do that on. Even headshotting them doesn't really take a lot of health off. Okay, so there's the last enemies over here, the archers. Gonna herd them this way. Trying to dodge some of their fire, but not got a lot of health here, so. Living dangerously. Alright, what do we get? How did we do? I suspect we're over the par time. I don't think we're going to get 5 skulls, but we'll see. Oh, okay, 5 skulls, we did. Fair enough. 878,000. What does that put us? Oh, come on. Slow ass connection. First. Brilliant. Job's good. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.